And I also think that they had great timing because he had great timing. He had basically a gift in that particular area of his life.
Oh, the timing was great. Friz was great at that.
His timing was right on the nose. The timing was exquisite.
1 lemon meringue pie.
1 lemon meringue pie coming up. Pick up pie.
Roger. Your pie, sir.
I was very proud of that thing for the timing where they came in and out with the pies.
Your pie, sir.
It worked perfectly. I look at it now, and it's amazing how it timed out.
1 coconut custard pie with whipped cream.
1 coconut custard pie with whipped cream coming up.
I don't know how I did it. I couldn't do it again.
Pick up pie.
Rogerini.
When Friz Freleng animates to music, it's probably the best synchronization, the sharpest timing, and really the most musical of any animation that's ever been put on the screen.
He worked very closely with Carl Stalling and Milt Franklin and the musicians to coordinate the music very carefully with his cartoons. I mean, that's why he was so great with dances and things like that. His relationship with music was very exact and very mathematical, unlike a lot of the other directors who were a little looser with it. You know, they would use music as gags and funny stuff, but they weren't quite as precise.
He used to work on what they call bar sheets. And bar sheets, unlike exposure sheets, which have every column for every cell level and all the backgrounds and all that, basically have it worked out to musical bars and the amount of frames to musical bars. So he would plan the rhythms of his cartoons musically before anything was ever drawn.
He could take a bar sheet and work like nobody that I've ever seen. Boom, 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 boom. His music was kind of second nature to him.
It was done like you write music, only I wrote action to the beat. I made the character or designed the scene to work in a kind of a musical term, you know, whether they came across a scene or I did it in phrases of beats. So it was designed like music is designed.
He would know exactly what he wanted to fall where, and it was a fairly easy task for Carl Stalling to come in and orchestrate to it.
Rhapsody in Rivets, where an entire skyscraper is built to Liszt's Second Hungarian Rhapsody. It's just a terrific cartoon. And if the director didn't have some feeling for music, I don't think he could do the cartoon.
Rhapsody in Rivets was an idea that stayed in the whole show, of building a building to that music. The music always suggested something that worked in rhythm, so that's what you did through the whole thing. I figured my audience knows the music, and when I put picture to it, they get a kick out of it.
When music was created for the Warner cartoons, they used the full studio orchestra.
Ridiculous! Insulting.
That's a preposterous.
He had an orchestra there that was the same orchestra that did the features, because musicians had a contract, they had to work so many hours, and if a picture only took 8 hours and they had 15 hours left, they had to pay for them anyhow. They let us use that orchestra. I remember when I had George Gimple, the pianist, do that concert for me, the piano playing. At that time, I didn't know who Gimple was, really. Warner sent him over, and I